Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, y'all know I always lead off with, was I entertained? Was I? I was not. I'm sorry, I was not. It was just too much vagina talk. It was just too much girl on girl. Listen, not that there's anything wrong with that, okay? There isn't. I don't care. But I just was bored. I'm not even gonna lie. And y'all know how I usually do this, where I have to watch it again and then I stop and get my commentary. So that's what I'm about to do. And it's hurting my heart to have to watch this shit again. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh my God, yeah. So of course we start with some little, looking at a few women with their families and doing certain things. Candace is working on her album or whatever it is, trying to dance. But we officially start off with Ashley meeting Robyn at a bridal shop or whatever. Like, is it vintage? It's got to be vintage. I don't know. The gowns, the boutique, the chairs, everything was definitely giving vintage. But can we talk about what Robyn had on? Hot ass mess all the time, all the time. She had on a dress that comes like right below your knee, and she had on some black. It was a light colored dress with some black chunky heel. That reminded me of Alex, something about chunky heel. Um, Black chunky heel shoes that, oh gosh, she just irritates my soul. She really does. All right, so Ashley comes, she looks cute. Giselle comes, she looks like Giselle. And they sit down. Ashley starts telling Giselle about what happened when I think it was her, Candace, Mia, and Wendy stayed up because apparently Giselle goes to bed at 8 o'clock. They stayed up, they went out, they had a good time, and she's like, ooh, some things happened. Giselle is playing the guessing game or whatever. You and Candace kissed? And I'm like, why would she go to that first? But okay. Of course, Ashley says no, that didn't happen. Ooh, some people was bumping like like it's just so much, and Giselle was just so happy, like she really was enthused about the whole conversation and trying to figure out what happened. She was told that Mia feels like Wendy has a nice body and this and that. So they're going back and forth. Out comes Robyn looking a hot ass SpongeBob mess. Like she looks a mess in this dress. And we may as well just wrap up the whole dress thing with she looks a mess in absolutely every dress she put on. I think it was three in total. And they all look a mess. I hated it so much. All of them. All of them. All right, and surprise, surprise, Robyn likes the second one, which was a definite no. Well, they're all no's for her, but she really, really wanted that second one. Anyway, so Ashley has to leave. She got the cute little white Telfar bag, super cute, the little round one, and she's telling Giselle is saying, well, I got to tell Robyn the tea, without you. And she's like, how much sauce you going to put on it? She's like, oh, I'm going to add some sauce. So in the confessional, she's saying, I got to confer with Mia to find out exactly what happened before I start telling people. Because I'm going to tell people. And I'm like, we know. We know. All right, so Robyn comes out in another hideous dress and sits down. Giselle, then they do this whole thing with Giselle being like, hey, so do you think we could have a dinner with strippers, like a bachelorette party? And I'm like, didn't we already do this in the last episode? Didn't they already say, yes, yes, God damn it, just do it? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Who don't you want to come? Obviously, Karen's not invited. Okay, Karen's not invited. Wendy was laughing a little too much, so I don't think she's genuine in wanting to be friends. And I'm not gonna lie, Wendy was so loud. She's always so loud. She's always so loud. Like, I ain't got an issue with Wendy. However, I ain't got an issue, Lord. I don't have a problem with Wendy. However, I got real hood on y'all. I have a problem with Wendy. However, she be loud. Like her reactions are hella loud all the time. Please remember how she acted when Juan and Robyn got engaged. She was so freaking loud, it's unreal. And even last episode, I was just like, why is she screaming? I can't stand a whole lot of noise and screaming and all that. So Wendy would definitely be told to be quiet a lot if she was my friend. All right, so then we have a couple of back and forth scenes. You know how they do, where they're talking about the same thing, but this time it's Candace and Chris. They're having bagels. And not Candace, Wendy and Karen, they meet up for lunch or whatever, and they're talking about what happened as well. So Wendy's telling Karen, "Oh my God, last time I saw you, you were like shaking the table." She's like, "Yeah, so I survived that with Sharice." And then Robyn wanted to be fed. And, of course, Wendy starts laughing loud. No, not that loud. But we also then have Candace telling Chris everything that's happening and how Karen was saying that Juan is doing some things, and immediately his face was just like, ugh. And he's like, yeah, why not throw another husband under the bus? And she's like, yeah, it sounds stupid. She's like, about as stupid as them saying that you touched the Cookie Monster looking girl, y'all. And then they put that girl's face up on the thing. They are so foul. They put her face up on the thing. And she's like, yeah, as stupid as that sound, you trying to touch her in front of me. And then we get back to Karen, and it's just a bunch of back and forth about what happened, basically. All right, so they kind of wrap it up with talking about Karen's situation. And Candace is in the confessional, and the producers are asking her like what was on, what was the picture of, and she's like, well, it was just Karen. You could tell it was Karen from the back, and she's like sitting at the bar with the guy that they call Blue Eyes or whatever. It looks like the guy that they call Blue Eyes. And then in the confessional, the producers ask Wendy, so did it look like Karen? She's like, oh, I don't know. She didn't show me. And then we see where, Robyn was showing everybody except Wendy at the table. Maybe it was because she was doing all the laughing. Had she not done the laughing yet? I don't know. But she didn't show her. So she was like, yeah, she was already being shady. So maybe that's why Wendy was doing all that. I don't know which order that it came in, but they're not sincere, either one of them, about being friends. And my whole thing is, if you don't like actually genuinely like somebody, then fuck it. Y'all don't have to be friends. Be cordial, be co-workers, and that's it. That's fine. So basically Chris just asked Candace, did you guys do anything fun whatsoever? And she's like telling them that they went out after, and then she ended up in her shower. She has no idea how. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. Then we talk about them doing the IVF, and he's like, listen, the release is almost over and all this, and you just have to be stress-free when we get started with this again. So, I don't know how long ago this was, but apparently, I'm guessing she's still not pregnant yet. No, she's not, because she was just wasn't she just on Watch What Happens Live? Like, I really hope that Candace gets pregnant soon. I do. Like, I feel like she would be a good mom, and it would help her grow up. It really would. Okay, so Giselle sits down with Mia, and she gotta know what's going on. We see a flashback of her telling Robyn, and of course Robyn is getting a kick out of everything, but Mia is telling the story of how Wendy, just kind of flashed her. And she's like, just wide open, spread open, she flashed. And she's like, did you ask to see it? And she said, no, but I looked. Okay. And then she's like, well, did she ask to see yours? And she's like, she did. And I showed her, and she was like, oh, it's cute. And I'm like, how old are we? Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Like, how old are we really? Ooh, excuse me. Then I want to point out that was it Mia that was on Watch What Happens Live? I think it was. And she was saying how they didn't do anything, and she wouldn't do anything because they would need to have the husbands involved. And she just kept saying Eddie's name. And I'm like, Wendy, you better watch Eddie around Mia, because she definitely keeps saying his name. She even said in this episode, nah, if Eddie, she got Eddie and this and that. I kind of don't believe that nothing happened now that I think about it. I just feel like, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know that Mia could lie well enough to say, I don't know. What y'all think? Do y'all think something happened? I don't really care. I would just feel bad for Eddie unless they have that understanding. But yeah, apparently Mia was just like all intrigued and everything. So we don't know. All right, so then we get Mia in the confessional talking to the producer, and she's telling her that Wendy touched her. And the producer said, wait, I thought you said she just looked and didn't touch. No, she touched. And I'm like, Mia's such a liar. She's such a liar that you don't know what to believe. Like, you don't know if she was trying to protect the situation and lying at first, or is she just pulling shit out of her ass right now and lying now, because Mia is a liar. But anyway, she tells her that, we didn't get consent from the husband, so nothing happened. But she lets it be known that I guess if they had consent, she would be down. So she's asking about her coming to the Bachelorette party, and Giselle's like, no, she's not on the list. Karen's not on the list. Then we get to talking about Jacqueline and how she wants to have a conversation with Mia. However, Mia, I guess, is not ready to talk to her. All right, so they wrap up this scene with Giselle bringing out some penis straws or whatever. She ends up taking the white one, and Mia's like, I knew you liked white peen. And she's like, no. And she's like, well, you didn't take the I mean, it was just all stupid. You guys, y'all gonna be mad at me, sorry, but I'm gonna fly past the rest of this stuff because nothing really happened that I can even think of. I'm gonna watch it so that I don't miss anything, but off the cuff, all I can think of is the fact that Giselle had on like this lavender dress, and then it looks like everybody else had on lavender dresses, and Mia and Ashley came in the same bodysuit type of thing. Like, I don't understand what they were wearing. None of these people. I feel like, did they have some sort of I know she said she wanted everybody to be scantily clad, but what did they have a color? Like, I don't know. It just looks so stupid. And then we have Charisse getting out the car, struggling, talking about how tight her shit is. And I'm just like, oh, she looks a mess every single time, y'all. I can't wait till next season so that we don't have to see her face or hear her voice. And I don't know what I'm going to do if they bring her back. Why would they bring her back? Like, the consensus is no one likes Charisse for real, for real. We don't like to see her. We don't like to hear her. I hope she don't come back next season. Okay, so while the girls are out partying, Karen says she is doing business. She would much rather be doing this anyway. So she's trying to get some 4-wick candles. Because if y'all thought the 3-wick was good, watch out for the 4. And she's doing it for Christmas, maybe Valentine's Day, yada yada. Okay, she's taking care of business. We get back to the bus. Y'all, let's just lay everything out that's gonna happen. Okay. They're there, they're eating steak and lobster. It's TNA everywhere. Robyn says she don't mind a little TNA. We already know, Robyn. Like, I just feel like all of this that was happening was just like, we know already. She was whispering sweet nothings in the stripper's ears. She just looked, oh, she always look a mess to me, her and Giselle. I swear to God they do. But yeah, I just feel like, and nothing wrong with them liking girls, but they definitely like girls, especially Robyn. So I'm trying to think of anything else. Charisse, they were all very drunk. Charisse is just talking out her ass as usual. Like, why is she there? Number one, we find out that Charisse felt like she was in her feelings because she felt like she should have been the one giving Robyn the party and not Mia, who she's only known for 5 minutes. And I'm like, you shouldn't even be here. So what are you talking about? Like, you definitely shouldn't even be in this space right now. Like, give her your own party off camera where you need to, where you belong, Charisse. But so they do the stripper thing or whatever. Like I said, Charisse is really drunk and she's talking about Karen because she seems to be a little obsessed with Karen. That's all Charisse talks about. She talks about how Karen was the drunk and how Karen was sleeping with somebody in the well, not sleeping with, but doing it with somebody in the bathroom and all of this stuff that people just don't care about. Like, I don't care if Karen was or was not doing it. That's her business. I don't care. Why does Charisse care so much, y'all? Like, for real, why does she care so much? So we ended. Like, that was it. Nothing big really happened on here except Robyn showed her true colors and the fact that she liked the girls and she likes the TNA. But that's it. We'll see. Hopefully next week. Next week is the reunion, right? So hopefully we'll get some action next week. But if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. I would definitely appreciate it. It's absolutely free. Please hit the thumbs up button. It does wonders for my analytics. And I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.